Hi guys, we are back. We are the Hellers. We are part of the compound we're building out here in Middle Tennessee from California. So we want to welcome you to Tennessee Time.
Tennessee time.
Oh, you did that. We want to fill you in. We're going to go back in time, let you know, how we got here. But we are here. We're actually sitting in front of our new fireplace, which we'll be going in. We're in the great room. It may be a little echoey because there's nothing but drywall and subfloors in right now. But the reason we are here is that originally we decided we were not going to move until March. The house is supposed to be ready in March. So we said, all right, well, we don't want to move twice like the Francis family and the Crow family. So we thought we'd be smart.
Little did we know.
And we said, well, wait, don't worry. But then something strange happened in California, all over the country. The housing market started to boom again. And we thought, we don't want to miss this opportunity. I talked to a realtor, my realtor Scott, who also sold Heidi and Ed Francis's house. I said, Scott, we gotta sell him. And this was in October. So we're quite a few months ahead of what we really wanted to, but I didn't want to take a chance of 2024 coming and all of a sudden, elections coming up and who knows what's going to happen with the market. So I said, let's sell. So he said, well, what do you want to sell for? And I said, I want to sell for 1.1. He goes, that's nice that you want to sell for that. So I stuck to my guns, and Azure and I got the house fixed up.
In like 3 weeks?
3 weeks we backed, and we'll have an episode on that. And we literally ended up selling in a day. Well, Scott will tell you it sold in a few days, but we put it on the market, had our first open house on the weekend, had 7 offers, and sold it for $45,000 over asking. Of the asking that I wanted, that we weren't sure we were even going to get. So anyways, that's the good news. Now, the bad news. We had to be out by December 1st. So fast forward, moved Azure and Marissa out here. They flew out here. I went back, packed everything up. That's a whole other story, we'll let you know. I drove out here with the animals with Mike Crow, who is the Crow family, which is the house next door to us. He helped, he drove the big truck. And we came out here, and then I had to drive back. I had to fly back and work and left her for 2 weeks.
I'm going to mention you got sick.
It may or may not have got the Rona. I tested positive for Rona. So then I came back right before Christmas on the 21st or 22nd, flew back out, and now I'm a resident of Tennessee. In fact, we got our car registered in Tennessee, and just today, not sure if you can see, but we got our Tennessee license. So
I got it, but it doesn't say. And it's squished in there.
So these are our temporaries. But we now are official. They took our California driver's license.
Registered to vote.
And we can vote here in the state of Tennessee. So you had to pass an eye test here. So
He couldn't do the vision test.
I couldn't do the vision test because I only have one contact in, and you have to pass both. So what I did is I read the stuff for the right eye. I went to the car, switched my contact to the left eye, and read the stuff for the left eye.
Luckily, they didn't make him do both at the same time.
And for those of you Californians, we went to McMinnville, Tennessee, walked in, actually called our name as we were filling things out, and so we had zero wait.
Zero wait.
Zero wait.
Took like 15 minutes to process us.
Yeah. Since we weren't going to move until our house was done, and that was changed because you make plans. What's the
And
old
God
Yiddish?
laughs.
Yeah, the old Yiddish saying, "Man plans, God laughs." Heidi and Ed to the rescue.
Okay, so what doesn't kill us makes us stronger.
We have enough room here, as those of you know who watched our last episode, a couple episodes ago, that my father had passed. So now we have room for my daughter, and now there's 5 people and 7 animals.
In the one house.
In one, not too big of a house. So we are all crammed in this house. At first, I think Heidi and I decided we didn't get along well enough to live together in a small house. So it was a little rough. I kept saying I was going to leave.
So it has been interesting. And when they first got here, within 24 hours, my brother caught me in the laundry room and he said, "We're looking for an apartment. We're looking for someplace to live. This isn't working." And I understood because we did not get along. Not that we didn't love each other, but it was so stressful.
Well, it was more because the animals and the stress of her work. She works from home.
I worked from home, so I needed it to be quiet. It was just a lot.
So we had to keep the animals quiet. And as you know, or just coming in, we have 3 huskies.
We have 2, and Ed and Heidi have 1 husky. And then they have another dog that, I can't remember what we said it was. If you can see it here. She doesn't realize that huskies love to roughhouse. And these huskies are younger than her. So poor Bruxy doesn't know what to do. So
and wants to play.
Wants to play, but then doesn't realize what kind of play it is. So we found out that our dog Nova, our youngest husky, and Bruxy got into it, and Nova had blood on her, and then Bruxy ended up having puncture marks and had to go to the vet. So now we got the added stress of having to have all of these animals in the same house, but keep them separated. It's been fun.
Yeah. We have a system though. So
Yeah.
one calls out, she's coming down, grab ours, put them away, let the one come down.
It's been really interesting.
It's been very interesting.
It was just a lot. Anyway, fast forward. About a day after that, I walked in the house and my brother wrapped his arms around me. We apologized. We said, "We can do this. We're gonna do it. We're gonna work it out. We're going to communicate with each other. We're all going to figure out a way to live in this crazy house and make it work." And you know what? We have.
Some people have roosters that wake them up in the morning. We have Luke.
He just sits there and cries.
About 5 in the morning, all of a sudden, we just hear. But we wanted to fill you in on what was going on. The houses are coming along. Kim and Mike's house is almost complete. They're just waiting for their cabinets to come in. They've got electricity.
We've got all the floors are in.
We need to wait for water, which has been a little side note there, where we thought we could bring the water through. The neighbors next door, we offered them money, everything. They will not let us run water through their property. So now we have other neighbors behind us that we're hoping, crossing our fingers, that they will let us do that so we can get water to the property. So Kim and Mike, once their cabinets are done, if they don't have water, they still can't move it. So we're waiting on cabinets and water for Kim and Mike. We did get our septic. In fact, all our septic, well, the Crows and the Heller septic's in. The Francis family septic is on their property. We're just waiting for awesome Mike to dig. A couple things for those of you thinking about doing this. 2 things to keep in mind. Expect delays and expect everything to cost more than what you thought. That's
especially labor.
So that is where we're at. We're going to be doing more filming and episodes on now the actual process since we're here. So you will see an episode of Ed and I doing drywall, and Ed will tell you why we're doing drywall. Another thing that as you can see, we're dressed. So those of you who watch us from California, the past few days have been in the 20s, and in 2 days, it's going to go down to 2 degrees at night. Maybe if we're lucky, we'll get some snow.
I saw -1.
Oh, it's colder than it was in Corona, California. So we dress differently.
And even though right now it says it's 57, the wind picks up and
the wind makes it
it's
much
really cold.
We are, the biggest thing, the biggest change I've seen is when I lived in California, I was in tennis shoes or flip-flops. That's what I did, or tennis shoes or flip-flops. In Tennessee, the only time I wear flip-flops, at least because it's the winter, is when I'm getting ready for bed, just to have something on my feet instead of barefoot. And I don't think I've worn my tennis shoes yet. Because I either have to put, I don't know if you can see these,
Don't get 'em dirty.
these are what I've been working in because it's muddy around here, or I have my black boots, or I have my cowboy boots. So you definitely keep your feet covered when you live here. It's much different, especially because we're going to be on a farm too when we move here. So that's where we're at now. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you could, please like, subscribe, ring the bell, because when you ring the bell, it'll let you know when we have an episode coming out. And we're going to have more now that we're here on some how-tos. When I put in the cabinets, you'll see what a non-cabinet guy is doing it. So you get to experience it. And if I can do it, you can do it. I'm going to be building a fence for the dog run. I'll be putting up drywall for our basement. And Ed is doing all of that now. But it's been fun. It's been an adventure. Really like it. Okay, there's been a little bit of stress. Mustering.
The goal is we're all going to be on our land soon, and it's going to be heavenly. So where there's a will, there's a way.
Anyways, again, thanks guys for tuning in, and go back and watch some of our old ones.